Well, let's light this thing up. Tell them what we're doing, what we're changing, the big announcement.
Well, I'm not pregnant, so we can you can X that big announcement list.
But hey, who is, since you got an entourage shirt
Oh,
on?
Emily,
Huh?
Michael's wife.
Oh, okay, good. That side, that's family. That's good.
Yeah, Michael and Emily are preggers. Katie, I'll get you one of these shirts one day. You'll be a part of the entourage.
Absolutely. When we get to that point, right? Half of the battle is the amount of fun it is to yeah.
Right. I actually, since it's just us on here, so I've been looking at trying to take advantage of all the advantages, right? Like because it's a for sure thing that I'm going to go into the hospital if I have a baby, right? Unless I decide to do a water birth from home, but that ain't me.
You could.
Nah.
We'll get a horse trough out in the back.
Yeah. Or,
If you got a jacuzzi tub, it's good in there too. I've actually had, when I was a nanny, I actually had 2 clients that like hired a doula and like they had them at home, both babies at home.
You can definitely do it. I'm not saying it's not doable. I'm just saying,
natural. Give me the drugs versus not. Yeah.
But I've been learning about short-term disability because, on top of my hospital plan, I'm trying to take advantage of all the advantages so I can take 6 weeks and not miss a beat. You know what I mean? So, so I called Mutual of Omaha to ask about our short-term disability plan because I was curious. Have any of y'all ever written their disability plan? I know Mom just wrote one. Have you ever written one, Katie? I don't think you.
For out of state and just accident only ones. It's been 3 or 4 of them, not too many.
So
the one I wrote was fully underwritten.
Okay.
Yeah, they got rid of their simplified issue.
Yeah. So what I learned was their product that they have now, it doesn't cover maternity leave disability because it's not like a short-term disability plan. But I found out some stuff from Aflac about short-term disability. It has to be through the employer. So anyway, I learned some stuff. It was good. You're either learning, growing.
You're learning or earning, baby.
I said something.
I'd rather be earning than learning, but you got to learn and earn at the same time.
Katrina Gusson, a low on the downside of one of her production weeks, and she was texting me earlier. I'm like, dude, you're either working, learning, or growing, or all 3 at the same time. Period.
You forgot the earning one.
Working, earning, learning, or growing. Well,
Okay.
sometimes earning is wrapped up in working, learning, and growing.
Yeah, but you can't deposit those. Right?
I don't know. Anyways.
But if you don't do your continuing education, you can't deposit checks.
Facts.
True.
I'm just being funny.
Hey, now, since we're speaking of continuing
Me too.
yours is due this year. I think mine's due next year. When is AHIP? When we have to redo AHIP every year, right?
Yes.
And we have to restart with each of the carriers.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
It's my understanding that it's supposed to come out sometime around June 28th.
Yeah.
For AHIP.
All the Medicare agents are learning all the time.
We need to get them earning during their learning season.
Right. That's a good tagline. Are you learning or earning? Come to Alleman Financial.
Or learning.
Earning. Why you learning without having to learn so much to earn so much?
Oh my goodness. So by the way, Pam had texted me earlier about tonight's call, but I forgot to text her back. I need to text her, let her know we're not doing it. But yeah, so there's just 2, 3. I mean, we're one, obviously we are wanting to be in all of those. Like sometimes by default, even if we're not trying to learn, God's trying to teach us a lesson, so we get to learn, right? But like working, earning, learning, growing, all the things. We need each other for all of that, right? And we also need more people through the door. It's easier if we're all on that same mission, but it is okay if we are not. I will tell you that Jonathan and I are on that mission. I don't necessarily want to have a ton, like, 1,000, 10,000 agents. I don't necessarily see, I'm not like at that point yet where I can see that, but I do know that it's a numbers game, and I do know I have to put in a lot to find the winners. Something that Fitz said today on our call was winners win early. There's always exceptions to that rule. I think of, what's that movie called? Where the girl is like going after the guy, and she keeps trying to be the exception to the rule when she's dating. You guys know which movie I'm talking about? It's got oh my gosh.
Well, it depends on how you define winners win early. Like if you define showing up and dialing every week, Marty was a winner that won early. He just didn't write any business till 6 months later.
Right. But what I'm saying is, yeah, that's a win. I'm not saying that winners win early has to mean that they come in the door, right, 10 grand their first week. I'm not saying that at all. I mean, winners win early in the sense that they stay communicated, they stay connected, they're trying to do something, they're putting in effort. Even if it's not necessarily a win by our standards, it can be a win by theirs. But the point is that winners win early, and so we have to put in the numbers before we can identify the people, because we can't make people be anything. We just have to find the people that want it. And so what we feel is going to be just like a better structure, I was like the right word, is instead of doing the night calls on Mondays, like we've been doing for however long we've been doing these calls, we're going to switch them. We're going to switch up the game a little bit. And initially we're just going to start with, we're still going to do a Monday team call, but it's just going to be a coffee call, 7:30 a.m. instead of p.m. I'll speak freely on here because it's just, it's us, but I think the morning will work better because it gets us up early on Monday morning. It gets us inspired. It gets us around like-minded people early in the day before anything's really happened. And I think that we can start the week off better by doing it in the AM instead of the PM. And I think that we can probably get more people on at that time too. So I'm excited about that. And then Jonathan and Mom are going to be doing, so me and Dad will lead that call. I
mean, me for now.
Yeah.
So gets to
pop in when she wants. Yeah.
She doesn't have anything else going on.
Yeah. And then Thursdays, Jonathan will do the dial sessions. So right now, I think we're going to start with one dial session and see what happens. Meaning one dial block from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. If we need to add extra, like afternoon or a night block as we grow, that's awesome. Those are good things. Those are good problems to have. We want those problems. But I think let's just start with some sort of structure. Monday AM, Thursday dial session, just to kind of have a place where people can actually plug into where there is going to be dialing going on and coaching. So that's the plan. I think we just start there and continue to bring people in and grow as we need to, as we kind of scale it. But it's go time. Like, there's no doubt. There's like, we're literally in the best industry. We've got the best people. We've got us. And I don't say that to be cocky or arrogant,
but it's
at all.
It's a stone cold, big time baller brag. Let's go.
But we've got us. Like, clear out the noise, clear out the distractions. It's time. Like, anything could happen tomorrow. Mom got freaking cancer, like anything could happen tomorrow. So it's just, we just got to move. And we have the best leadership. We have the best team. We have the best people, and we need to share more of us with people, because I believe that we all bring a lot of value. We have a lot of knowledge. And once people really get in and feel that, it's a game changer. Like, it's literally a game changer for people if we allow ourselves to be,
Yeah, and I think you want to.
Hold on. I know what you need to do.
All right. And I think this is a unique opportunity, because I know that talking to Fitz today that, he's putting people underneath each of us, and just think of it as not so much of a recruiting model, but as a training and getting people up and started model. That's where we're being tasked to set the standard and make things happen. Is in the training and getting people up and operational. They're going to be doing, the hiring, contracts, all that stuff. I'm not like I told them, I'm not going to worry about that while they're doing all that for right now. But we got to be the best example, as we have been in the past. I think the Allemans and the Yankees and the Williamses and the Adcock, we got to get back to, we're good at teaching and training people and getting them off the ground, and we need to be able to do that even better. So anyway, that's my 2 cents.
Well, and it just gives two things to push people towards, like, we show up and we work on the dialing session. It's a working dial session with your video on and your mute off. You could be working on current clients, whatever, but it just says, hey, come join us. We're working from 8 to 11. And the people that are on, we're going to work with them, right? And then, hey, come join us. We're doing a call at 7:30 on Monday to get the week started. Like, we're going to talk about what's going on. I just think it simplifies it. And obviously, I still need to make, personal phone calls. Like, I just got back to it this week, just drawing the team out once every morning and say, okay, who do I need to talk to this week? Who have I already spoke to? Who might need my help, right? So I'm excited.
Yeah. Katie, thoughts, comments, questions, concerns?
Realistically, I think, on a personal level, for me, you guys have always been really good at at the recruiting aspect, because you guys bounce off of each other. And for me, since it's only me, I had a conversation with Fitz about this when we were in Mexico. for your mom's birthday. And I was like, I know that your strengths are different from mine and vice versa. So the ability that he came up with, you know, after the integrity deal and all that got finalized, I actually like the fact that he's putting people under me, because it's going to force me to be a better leader. It's going to force me to sharpen skills and be more. I have a tendency to like throw up on people when I'm saying things and stuff like that. And it's trying to like back it down and do like little pieces of information, because they're like little babies when they first, you know, are getting started, unless they're an established agent. But so I'm excited. He's put 2 under me so far. Nothing has happened with either of them, but it's the fact of the communication that's somebody that's been through the whole process. Because initially, years ago, when we were trying to figure out, okay, we do the contract, we hire him, and then we send him into the Fitz office, it was kind of like there was a disconnect, you know. But now there's a lot more. Since they have it already like completed and stuff like that, it's kind of like, okay, this is the person I recommend, you know, or the person that you're going to be tightest with, or whatever. And I mean, I think it's a good model. It's still in the infancy, but I mean, because of things like Slack and whatever, it's a lot better solution for those guys now. So to get them off the ground and moving.
Mm-hmm.
What has your communication been after he's sending them to you?
So I mean, I basically get him via Slack. Like it's, you know, him and Mel and Bruno.
Yeah. What do you do from there? How do you take it over?
Initially, it starts off in Slack. So one of them is here locally, and the other one is in another state. And the one gentleman, basically, I met with him in person and kind of like discussed like what his goals are. He had leads, and then basically what happened is he's an older gentleman. He's a vet, and he needed to go have surgery. So he's incommunicado right now. Like, he was responding to text, but he's not doing anything work-wise right now. So I've been texting him once a week since the surgery to kind of like just check in on him and whatever, and just be like, hey, I'm here when you need me, but you know, I'm not mother hen where I'm going to hover over you every 5 seconds. So I'm not going to be the one to like do the helicopter mom thing. I would much rather like have them show initiative to do things.
And
so
that's where the calls are going to be. Right. Like, you don't have to. I will indirectly. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
If we have a bunch of people on a call and even if you're talking about what you did to get a certain result, whatever it be, and there's like 10 or 15 people on, you're going to indirectly be that mother hen to them. Does that make, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm fired up about it because it works. I mean, it has in the past, and it's a principle, right?
Right.
To me, Jonathan, the way I think about it is, it's like, you know, we're college professors. We're not elementary school teachers.
Right.
You know, we're not making them stand in line. We're not walking them to the lunchroom. You know, all that stuff. College professor, man, this is when class is, and this is what I'm teaching. And if you don't know, then you got to come to class.
Right.
You know,
show up or don't.
I think we're all pretty unified on that. None of us really want to be the micromanagers, because it just doesn't work. You know, not with our model. You know, there's some companies like AIL that you're familiar with, right? Well, you and Stephanie, right? Exactly. That are a lot more directing, but we just don't have the time or space to do that. Not profitable for us, you know. Stephanie, you got your hand raised.
Yes, I do. So I'm sorry it was late to get on. I was on the phone with my possible lender for a home. So that's exciting news, right? So we got everything starting to roll, the ball's rolling. But I didn't mean to get on so late. However, I think that I kind of caught up. You guys were talking about recruiting.
Mm-hmm.
Well, And I'm going to say this with pride. I went out with some girlfriends last night for the first time in 3 years. And on the way back, though, even though we got a little turned, and maybe I was in an Uber, maybe. But I stopped by Swamp Shack and I was just randomly talking to somebody. And the guy said that he was about to take his course. He hadn't paid for it yet. And I was like, no, you don't, I don't know what company you're talking about. He said his brother was an insurance agent. And I got him, and I've been talking to him today and I'm going to try and get him on board, And it's just that if anybody's new on the call, I just wanted to say that it's that easy just to be talking to people. It's not always easy to get them in there, but it can be if they're ready.
If they're the right person.
And they're the right person. Servers are always the right people. Waiters. Or, people that work at Walmart.
So we were talking.
No?
That is definitely what we were talking about. But there's also another to what we're is instead of doing our Monday night calls, we're going to switch this call to 7:30 a.m. instead of p.m. And then we are also going to do Thursday dial sessions over
Working
Zoom,
session.
working dial sessions.
No doubt. Zoom
Just
working session.
Zoom working session. See, we're still working through what we're calling them. Monday morning will be like a coffee Zoom, and then Thursday will be a working Zoom from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m.
There you go.
Mondays will be at 7:30 a.m. just so we can start the week off right. Bright and early, be with each other. Don't have to be, you do have to be dressed. You don't have to be dressed up. But that's the switch up. Instead of Monday nights, we're going to do Monday mornings and Thursday working sessions.
That sounds good, Megan.
Okay. Yay.
I'm going to go on mute because I'm barely dressed and I'm in the middle of cleaning before I get my daughter. And kind of.
You're good.
All right. Let's wrap it up.
All right. Hey, Q.
Let me get some echo.
But it's good to see you on. If you need anything, and if anybody needs anything, let us know. Katie, I think never mind. We can talk about that later, but you're not alone in the recruiting part. You have us to utilize. So I just, it's not just you. So we got you. Just, you got to utilize it. All right, y'all. Have a wonderful evening. And, Stephanie, looks like you're trying to talk.
Sorry. Yeah. Sometimes I told you, now that it's been a couple of years and then, or, year and a half at least, I haven't feeling like I'm in the game. So I feel like I'm a novice again. So you might be getting that phone call. I have an appointment tomorrow. Yay.
Yay.
Yeah, from a lead. So I'm excited. I just need to get back in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real. So sorry if I do bother you with questions that I already know the answer to.
It's
Gonna happen. So get ready. You too, Jonathan. What are you looking at?
I said you're never bothered.
And Stephanie, you never bother me. Never bother me either.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
So Stephanie, you never bother me either.
Yes, ma'am. But I need you to rest.
You can.
she's saying you can.
I know. Thank you so much, Michelle.
Um,
Love you and miss you guys all of you.
And just remember, when you're getting back in the groove,
Yeah.
building the momentum, it's uphill.
Okay, guys. Well, it's a current client, so I'm gonna need a little bit of help, but we'll talk tomorrow.
All right. Well, y'all have a good evening, and next month we'll see you at 7:30 a.m. instead of p.m. Put that on your calendar. We'll send out something.
Good mornings.
Good.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Guys.
Bye.
Yeah.